Chosen one, congratulations, the hardest part of your life is finally done. I am telling you this now because you have survived what was meant to break you, and if you turn away from these words, you may miss the very blessing that has already begun to unfold around you. The season that drained you, stretched you, and left you wondering if I was still near has reached its end, and I need you to understand that this is not a small shift, but a turning point written by my own hand. The pain you carried was not wasted, the tears you cried were counted, and the battles you fought in silence were seen by me every single night. Stay with me until the end of this, because what I am revealing will unlock strength, clarity, and restoration that you have prayed for in secret. Comment, Amen. When I say the hardest part of your life is finally done, I mean that the chapter of constant pressure, confusion, and heavy resistance has closed. I mean that the season where you felt alone in the fight has fulfilled its purpose and will not return in the same way again. I allowed that storm not to punish you, but to prepare you, to build endurance in your spirit and wisdom in your heart. What felt like delay was shaping you into someone who can carry greater favor without being crushed by it. You thought the struggle would never end because it lasted longer than you expected. There were days you questioned your calling, your worth, and even my silence. But I was never silent. I was working beneath the surface, arranging outcomes you could not yet see. The breaking you felt was not destruction, it was construction. Before I go further, I ask you from your heart to like the video as a sign that you receive this word and are ready for the new season I am opening before you. Your agreement matters because faith partnered with action unlocks doors that fear once kept shut. This is your moment to step forward, not backward. The reason it is important to listen until the end is because I am not only announcing the end of hardship, I am preparing you for what replaces it. Relief is coming, but so is responsibility. Peace is arriving, but so is purpose. I would not bring you through fire just to leave you in ashes. The hardest part included betrayal that cut deeper than you admitted. It included financial strain that kept you awake at night, wondering how you would manage one more month. It included emotional exhaustion from carrying burdens for others while pretending you were strong enough. Yet, you endured, and endurance is the mark of someone chosen. You are chosen not because you were perfect, but because you refused to give up when quitting seemed easier. You kept praying even when you felt unheard. You kept showing kindness even when you were treated unfairly. That persistence caught my attention, and I strengthened you in ways you did not even notice at the time. There were moments when you felt like you were losing everything. Relationships shifted, opportunities disappeared, and plans fell apart without warning. But what was leaving your life was not meant to stay in your future. I was removing what could not go where I am taking you next. The hardest part also revealed who truly stands with you. It showed you the difference between noise and loyalty. It taught you that not everyone clapping for you is committed to you. That lesson alone has saved you from greater heartbreak later. Now that this chapter is closing, you will begin to notice subtle changes. Doors that were locked will open without struggle. Conversations that once felt tense will soften. Ideas that seemed impossible will suddenly feel within reach. Do not rush this transition. Healing continues even after the battle ends. I am restoring your confidence, renewing your mind, and strengthening your faith so you can walk forward without fear of repeating the past. Comment 1212. The weight you have carried on your shoulders is being lifted piece by piece. You may not feel it all at once, but soon you will wake up and realize you are breathing easier. That constant tension in your chest will loosen, That heavy feeling that followed you from room to room will fade. You wondered why I allowed the test to last so long. I allowed it because I was shaping resilience that cannot be shaken by small storms. If I had ended it too soon, you would not have discovered the strength that now lives inside you. You are stronger than the version of yourself that first entered that season. You learned to pray with sincerity instead of routine. You learned to depend on me instead of leaning only on your own plans. You learned to forgive even when apologies never came. These lessons are treasures that no one can take from you. The enemy hoped you would grow bitter. The enemy hoped you would turn cold and guarded. But instead, you became deeper, wiser, and more compassionate. That is why I say congratulations, because you passed a test that many do not. From this point forward, you will begin to see fruit from seeds you planted long ago. Kindness you showed in private will return as favor in public. Sacrifices you made quietly will be honored openly. The tears you cried will water the blessings now growing. Do not look back with regret. Look back with understanding. That valley strengthened your legs for the mountain ahead. That heartbreak prepared your heart for healthier love. You are stepping into a season where my protection will be more visible. I will guide your decisions with clarity. I will position you around people who value your spirit and respect your journey. I will restore what was lost in ways that surprise you. This is not the end of growth, but it is the end of unbearable strain. You will still face challenges, but they will not carry the same crushing weight. You have crossed the most difficult stretch of this path. What if a tiny 7-second brain ritual could erase your debt and open the door to real abundance? A leaked CIA document has revealed a simple 7-second method, now helping everyday people get out of debt and draw in wealth. Tested by 4 leading neuroscience labs, this easy home practice is turning money problems into better lifestyles. People are getting new homes, cars, and travel experiences, but this information could be removed at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. For so long, you were bracing yourself for the next blow. Even when something good happened, part of you expected it to fall apart. That guarded posture protected you in the storm, but it cannot lead you into promise. Now I am retraining your spirit to expect goodness without fear. You did not come through the hardest part unchanged. You came through refined. There is a steadiness in you now that was not there before. There is discernment in your decisions and depth in your prayers. The nights when you cried alone were not wasted nights. I was closer than you realized, holding your future steady while your present felt unstable. Every time you whispered that you were tired but still willing to trust me, something shifted in the unseen. Heaven recorded your perseverance. You thought the silence meant abandonment. It was actually preparation. I was aligning timing, people, and resources so that when your breakthrough came, it would not collapse under pressure. What I build in your life is meant to last. You are entering a stretch of restoration. Some of it will be practical. Finances will stabilize. Opportunities will begin to line up with your true gifts. Ideas you set aside will resurface with new clarity and support. Some of the restoration will be emotional. You will laugh more freely. You will sleep more deeply. You will notice that old triggers no longer control your reactions the way they once did. Do not be surprised if certain connections fade during this transition. When you move into a healthier season, not everyone can recognize you there. Some people only knew the version of you that was struggling. They may not know how to relate to your growth. Let them go with grace. I will send relationships that match your maturity. I will surround you with people who celebrate your progress instead of feeling threatened by it. You will not walk into this next chapter alone. The hardest part stripped away illusions. It showed you who you are without applause. It revealed your strength when no one was watching. That kind of strength cannot be manufactured. It is forged. Now I am teaching you how to build instead of just endure. You will begin to think long-term. You will make choices that honor your peace instead of pleasing everyone around you. This is not selfishness. It is wisdom. There were times you felt embarrassed by your setbacks. You compared your journey to others and felt behind. But you were not behind. You were being shaped in a way that required time. What looked like delay was alignment. If certain doors had opened earlier, you would have stepped into rooms that were not ready for you. I protected you from environments that would have drained your spirit. I kept you from agreements that would have limited your future. Now the doors opening before you will feel different. They will not require you to shrink. They will not demand that you compromise your values. They will allow you to expand while staying rooted in truth. Your faith has muscles now. It is not based only on hope. It is based on experience. You have seen me carry you through what you once thought was impossible. Comment 333. That declaration is not superstition, it is alignment. When you speak faith, you remind your own heart of what you have survived and who has sustained you. You anchor yourself in the reality that I am faithful. There is also a new level of clarity coming to your mind. Confusion that clouded your decisions will lift. You will know what to pursue and what to release. You will feel a steady inner assurance instead of constant second-guessing. I am restoring your confidence in quiet ways. You may notice it when you speak and no longer apologize for taking up space. You may notice it when you set boundaries without guilt. These are signs that healing is real. The hardest part also deepened your compassion. Because you have known pain, you will recognize it in others. Because you have been misunderstood, you will offer patience where others might judge. That compassion is part of your calling. Do not underestimate the value of your story. What nearly broke you will become a source of strength for someone else. The wisdom you gained will guide others through dark seasons. Your scars will carry light. You are not meant to hide what you have overcome. I will create moments where your testimony becomes a doorway for someone else's hope. You will speak, and chains will loosen in hearts around you. At the same time, I am guarding you from overextending yourself again. In the past, you carried more than you were meant to carry. You said yes out of obligation and drained your own strength. That pattern is ending. In this new season, you will learn to pause before committing. You will listen for my direction instead of reacting to pressure. That pause will protect your energy and preserve your peace. There is also provision attached to this shift. What you need will begin to meet you at the right time, not always early, but never late. I am teaching you to trust my timing because it has proven itself trustworthy. You may look back at the hardest part and still feel traces of sadness. That is natural. Healing does not erase memory. It transforms it. Soon you will see how even the most painful moments redirected you towards something better. A rejection that crushed you will be revealed as protection. A closed door that confused you will be understood as guidance. I am not finished surprising you. There are blessings already in motion that you cannot yet see. There are conversations being arranged and opportunities being prepared with your name attached to them. Stay steady. Do not sabotage your own progress by doubting what I am doing. When peace feels unfamiliar, resist the urge to create chaos. You deserve stability. Comment 777. Could a CIA-revealed brain ritual be the quickest path to a life of luxury? Newly uncovered CIA research has exposed a powerful brainwave method that is helping ordinary people attract wealth almost immediately. This 7-second at-home ritual, verified by 4 neuroscience labs, is shifting people from debt to dream houses, cars, and trips. If you are seeing this, you are fortunate, because this page might be taken down soon. Click the link in the description and comments to learn the secret before it is gone. This is your declaration that you trust the completion of what nearly consumed you. It is your acknowledgement that you are stepping forward without dragging yesterday's fear into tomorrow's promise. The hardest part is done, but growth continues. Now it will be growth rooted in strength instead of survival. Now it will be expansion guided by wisdom instead of desperation. Lift your eyes. The view is changing. The air feels lighter because the weight has shifted. I am proud of the way you endured. I am proud of the way you kept your heart soft when it would have been easier to close it. I am proud of the way you chose faith over bitterness. This is how you know the hardest part is truly behind you. You are no longer defined by survival mode. You are thinking clearly, choosing wisely, and responding instead of reacting. That shift did not happen overnight, but it is real. I am restoring your sense of identity. During the storm, you started to see yourself through the lens of struggle. You felt like the one who always has to fight, always has to push, always has to hold everything together. But you are more than your battles. You are my chosen one, not because life has been easy for you, but because you remained anchored in me when it was not. That anchoring created depth. That depth is now becoming confidence. There were moments you felt invisible. You gave your best and felt overlooked. You tried your hardest and still faced rejection. But what you thought was invisibility was actually insulation. I was shielding you from platforms and positions that would have exposed you too early. I was protecting your heart from applause that would have distracted you from purpose. I was strengthening your roots so that when recognition comes, it will not uproot you. Now you are stepping into alignment. The opportunities coming toward you will match your growth. They will not require you to prove your worth constantly. They will recognize it naturally. You will also notice a shift in your desires. Things that once seemed urgent will lose their pull. You will crave stability over drama, depth over attention, peace over approval. That change is a sign of maturity. The hardest part forced you to confront your own fears. You had to face insecurities you had buried for years. You had to admit where you doubted yourself and where you doubted me. But instead of collapsing under those realizations, you grew through them. You learned that vulnerability is not weakness. You learned that asking for help does not diminish you. You also discovered that you are capable of standing alone when necessary. You can make decisions without constant validation. You can trust your inner guidance because it has been shaped by experience and prayer. Comment 222. That is your way of affirming that you are stepping into balance and alignment. You are not chasing chaos anymore. You are choosing clarity. I am also healing your relationship with time. For a while, you felt rushed. You felt like you were falling behind some invisible schedule. You watched others advance and wondered when your turn would come. Now you are beginning to understand that your timing has always been intentional. What you went through required patience. The strength you now carry could not have been rushed. You will start to see progress that feels steady rather than sudden. Foundations will be laid carefully. Structures will rise slowly but securely. What you build in this season will not collapse easily. There is a new rhythm forming in your life. It is not frantic, it is focused, it is guided. You will wake up with ideas that feel clear instead of overwhelming. You will make plans that align with your peace instead of fighting against it. You will feel my guidance, not as pressure, but as reassurance. The hardest part also refined your boundaries. You learned the cost of overextending yourself. You felt the exhaustion of carrying responsibilities that were never meant to be yours. Now you are wiser. You will say no without guilt. You will protect your energy because you understand its value. This does not mean you will become distant or cold. It means you will become intentional. You will give from a place of overflow instead of depletion. There is also joy returning to you in quiet ways. Not loud, dramatic joy, but steady contentment. You will smile without forcing it. You will experience gratitude without searching for reasons. That joy is a gift from me. It is proof that the heavy season is not your permanent state. It is evidence that healing has taken root. You may still remember the nights when you questioned everything, the nights when you wondered if you were strong enough to continue. Those memories will not control you anymore. Instead, they will remind you of how far you have come. They will show you that what once felt unbearable has now become a testimony of endurance. I am also expanding your vision. You will start thinking beyond immediate survival. You will consider long-term dreams again. Goals that once seemed unrealistic will begin to feel possible. Do not shrink those dreams out of fear. I did not carry you through the hardest part just to keep you small. I carried you through it to enlarge your capacity. Comment 555. Let that be your declaration that you are ready to receive what comes next without hesitation. You are not the same person who entered the storm. You are stronger, wiser, and steadier. There will still be moments of challenge. Growth does not eliminate effort, but the intensity you endured before will not define this next chapter. Is it actually possible for a 7-second ritual to turn financial hardship into sudden prosperity? A leaked CIA-backed study introduces a short money ritual that is already changing lives. Approved by 4 neuroscience labs, it retrains your mind to pull money toward you. People who were once struggling are now living their ideal lives with luxury homes, new vehicles, and travel. But this information may not stay online. Click the description and comments now before it is permanently removed. You are walking into a season of restoration that touches every area of your life. Emotional healing, financial stability, relational clarity, spiritual depth. It will not all happen at once, but it will happen. I am aligning you with spaces where your gifts can flourish. You will not have to constantly fight to be heard. Your voice will carry weight because it has been shaped by experience. Trust that what I removed was necessary. Trust that what I delayed was protection. Trust that what I am bringing now is aligned with who you have become. The hardest part of your life is finally done, and you are no longer bracing for impact. You are building with intention. You are living with awareness. You no longer need constant reassurance that you will make it. You have evidence. You have lived through nights that felt endless and mornings that arrived anyway. That lived experience has rewritten your understanding of resilience. The hardest part did not only test your strength, it exposed your priorities. It showed you what truly matters and what only pretended to matter. You learned to value peace over proving yourself. I am reshaping the way you see success. It is not about impressing others anymore. It is about alignment with your purpose and integrity in your actions. That shift will protect you from chasing empty victories. You will begin to feel more comfortable in your own presence. Silence will not intimidate you. Solitude will not feel like abandonment. You will discover that being alone with me is a place of renewal, not isolation. During the hardest season, you were forced to sit with yourself. You had to confront thoughts and patterns you once avoided. That confrontation was uncomfortable, but it was necessary. Now you are more self-aware. You recognize when fear tries to speak. You recognize when old habits attempt to resurface. And instead of surrendering to them, you choose differently. This is growth. This is transformation that cannot be faked. It was earned through tears, prayer, and perseverance. You will also notice that your intuition has sharpened. You sense shifts in conversations. You pick up on intentions beneath words. That awareness is a gift refined through experience. I allowed you to be disappointed by certain people so you could learn discernment. I allowed you to feel let down so you could strengthen your boundaries. None of it was random. Now, when someone enters your life, you will not ignore red flags. You will not silence your inner warning for the sake of comfort. You will trust the wisdom that has been cultivated within you. Comment 999. Let that be your acknowledgement that you are walking with clarity and discernment. You are no longer naive. You are aware and anchored. The hardest part also taught you humility. There were moments when you realized you could not fix everything. You could not control every outcome. You had to surrender. That surrender deepened your faith. It shifted you from striving to trusting. You began to understand that my power is made visible when you release what you cannot carry. Now you are entering a season where effort and faith work together. You will take action, but not from anxiety. You will plan, but not from panic. I am restoring your sense of stability. The ground beneath you will feel firm again. The uncertainty that once dominated your thoughts will lose its grip. You may even find yourself revisiting dreams you abandoned. Projects you once set aside may begin to feel alive again. This time, you will approach them with wisdom instead of desperation. Do not rush the process. What is unfolding is steady for a reason. Rapid success without strong foundations can collapse under pressure. I am building you from the inside out. Your relationships will also reflect this internal shift. You will gravitate toward honesty over performance. You will seek depth over surface-level connection. Some conversations will feel different now. You will not tolerate disrespect disguised as humor. You will not entertain manipulation disguised as concern. You have grown beyond that. The hardest part required you to confront disappointment in ways that reshaped your expectations. You no longer assume everyone will stay. You no longer assume every plan will succeed. Instead, you assume that I remain constant. That assumption is the foundation of your new peace. When everything else feels uncertain, my presence remains steady. You will notice that gratitude flows more easily now, not because everything is perfect, but because you have perspective. You know what it feels like to lose, so you cherish what remains. This perspective will guard you from entitlement. It will keep you grounded even when blessings increase. It will remind you that everything you have is grace. Comment 1010. Let that declaration mark your readiness for increase without losing humility. You are prepared to handle more because you have learned to appreciate what is already in your hands. The hardest part also refined your patience. You waited longer than you wanted. You endured silence longer than you expected. But that waiting stretched your capacity. Now when delays happen, you will not crumble. You will breathe. You will trust. You will remember that previous waiting seasons ended in growth. I am expanding your influence quietly. You may not see it yet, but your story carries weight. Your resilience inspires more than you realize. You will begin to attract opportunities that align with your character, not just your skills, but your integrity. The depth you developed will open doors that talent alone could not. There is also healing happening in areas you thought were permanently damaged. Emotional wounds are closing. Self-doubt is loosening its grip. You are becoming someone who trusts themselves again. You are becoming someone who believes that good things are possible without fear of immediate loss. The hardest part is finished, but the lessons remain. They are not burdens, they are tools. You will use those tools to build a life that reflects strength and peace. You will make decisions rooted in clarity. You will choose environments that nurture your growth. Have you heard about the secret ritual the government does not want people to know? Imagine if just 7 seconds could clear your debts and bring wealth effortlessly. A leaked CIA report and 4 top neuroscience labs confirm this is real. Families who were struggling are now moving into dream homes with peace of mind. But this secret could be taken down at any time. Click the link in the description and comments before it vanishes. I am proud of the way you endured without becoming hardened. I am proud of the way you remained open to love despite disappointment. That openness is courage. Keep moving forward. Do not let past shadows convince you that another storm is always waiting. There will be challenges, but not the crushing weight you once carried. You are stepping into a chapter where growth feels purposeful rather than painful. You are walking with steadiness instead of fear. The hardest part stretched you beyond what you thought was possible. It forced you to develop patience when you wanted speed. It required faith when you wanted proof. It demanded courage when you felt weak. Now that you stand on the other side of it, you can see that you did not break. You bent, you cried, you doubted at times, but you did not break. That resilience is part of your identity now. I am strengthening your trust in me in a deeper way. Before, your faith was hopeful. Now, your faith is informed. You have history with my faithfulness. You remember the moments when everything looked impossible, and yet you were sustained.